Hi, I'm Kitse and this is the fifth video in the Learning Sizzy tutorial series. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I highly advise you to do that first because you don't want any spoilers. Jokes aside, today we're going to talk about screenshots, recording videos, and recording GIFs. And one thing we're not going to discuss is the pronunciation of GIF versus GIF. We all know that it's GIF. End of the discussion. All right, let's jump straight into it. I have Sizzy on the left side. I have Windows Explorer on the right side. So I'm going to show you all the options that we have regarding making screenshots in Sizzy. So I have Explorer, so you can see when I click on the screenshot button, you're going to see a screenshot here. I can click to open it in my photo gallery app. I can also, in the notification that I get here, I can click on preview in order to preview the image, or I can click on open folder in order to open the folder. That's going to open this folder here. And I can click on copy in order to copy the screenshot to clipboard. So now I can paste it into my Trello board or whatever board, or an email or whatever. You can just easily paste the screenshot. Before I dive into the settings for screenshots, I'm going to show you the options that we have here. So if you click on this menu, on this device menu, you're going to see that we have a bunch of other options. So we have screenshot, screenshot with frame, and full page screenshot. I'm going to jump into recording videos and GIFs later, but now we're going to talk only about the screenshots. So if I make a screenshot by clicking on screenshot, is the same action that we have in here. So now I'll click preview and you'll see that I screenshotted this iPad device. If I click on screenshot with frame, you will see that now I will get a screenshot with the device frame if you need that. And yeah, the difference is this is the normal screenshot, and this is the screenshot with the device frame around it. And then the third option, before I show you this full page screenshot, this is a scrolling screenshot. So basically it's gonna scroll the page and it's gonna make a screenshot, like a long scroll. Well, this page is not big enough, so I wanted to show you this on reactacademy.io. We always use this as an example because other browsers, not gonna name names, mainstream popular browsers, this is what they give you when you try to take a full screenshot of React Academy. So their algorithm for taking the actual screenshots is very buggy. So instead of, let me enable the animations and everything else. So this is what the page should look like. I'm going to focus, for example, and I don't know, I'm going to focus on this device. So this is what the scrolling website should look like all of this content should be here, right? And other browsers, other popular mainstream browsers that a lot of people are using for browsing, this is what they give you with their algorithm of a full page screenshot. So Kitse, stop talking, tell me what Sizzy does. So I'm gonna go and go ahead here and show you what a full page screenshot looks like. We're gonna wait a little bit until Sizzy completes the screenshot, and you can see a little progress of the thing happening in the background. And now we wait until Sizzy finishes its thing, because I'm lazy to edit the video. So here we have the screenshot. I'm gonna click preview, and you're gonna see, I can zoom in a little bit. You're gonna see that it's a perfect, well, it's gonna be hard to scroll this because Windows is a little bit weird, but you're gonna see that this is actually the entire page. Yeah, tap ourselves on the back, self high five. Our algorithm is better than other browsers. So going back to the responsive mode, we're gonna see, no, actually I had a preset open. I like that one, funky layout, yeah. So those are the three options that you get. Of course, you cannot make a full page screenshot with a frame because that doesn't make sense. That's going to be a very weird frame, but you can choose between screenshot, screenshot with frame, and full page screenshot. We have one more option for, which is, I'm going to move this bar to the right side, and you're going to see, I don't know if you noticed this, but Sizzy has a bottom bar. Previously we had a sidebar, but the sidebar takes a lot of space. So in the bottom bar, we have options for switch to all devices, landscape, portrait, and screenshot all devices. So if I click here, what's going to happen is Sizzy is going to screenshot all devices, and now I'm going to get a zip file from all of these devices. I think we should have made this configurable, whether you actually want a folder or whether you want a zip file, because I can actually see the actual folder here, and you can see that I have all of these devices. So Sizzy made a screenshot of all of the devices, and I can just browse all the screenshots. But I think right now it's stuck. It's trying to make a zip file and it's stuck, which is very embarrassing, especially when you're recording a tutorial video. But we're not perfect, right? Bugs happen. Let me see if I can reproduce that bug. Otherwise, we have to fix this on Windows. This is very convenient if you want all of the screenshots of all devices at once. And when this finishes, I'm going to show you how we can configure all of this behavior and what we can do in the Sizzy settings. So I'm not sure what's going on here. This is definitely a bug when screenshotting multiple devices. I'm going to try it for the third time. Maybe we're going to be lucky. This is what I get when I talk bad for other browsers. This is what I get in return. Well, this is stuck. Pretty sure that this works on macOS, and I'm not happy when I find that something doesn't work on Windows and it works on macOS. We're trying to make Sizzy equally awesome on all 3 operating systems. I'm gonna make sure to fix this one. All right, so I showed you the buttons. We're not gonna go in the videos and the GIFs yet. I'm gonna go in settings and I'm gonna show you in screenshots. What can we configure regarding this screenshot? So first of all, we can choose the folder. For me, C users Kita Sizzy. Second of all, we can choose the screenshot name, and we can use a bunch of variables for this name. So you can see we have all the variables here. If you want, you can add, for example, space, resolution, space. You can choose the time however you want. You can prefix it with Sizzy or whatever, so you can easily find these screenshots. For now, you cannot create folders, so you cannot put slash in here in order to create a folder. We get it, that would be useful. It's on our roadmap. And I'm gonna delete this, and the last option that we have here in files is always copy screenshot to clipboard. So if this is on, whenever you make a screenshot, this screenshot will be automatically copied to clipboard. And you can see we don't have the copy option here anymore, because now it's automatically copied to clipboard. And if I go for example, if I go to imgur.com, I can just paste it here, and now I can easily just share my screenshot with my coworkers or whoever I want to share it with. Back to the settings, screenshots, files. We covered all of the options here. Next up, we have actions. So you can customize what does this button do. Like we have this button for taking a screenshot in the device header, and we have this button for screenshotting all devices. So you can customize both of those actions. So I can say that whenever I click on this screenshot button, I want a screenshot with frame. I don't want a regular screenshot. And whenever I press screenshot all, I just want a viewport screenshot. Or you can choose whether you want a full page screenshot. So whatever is convenient for you, you can configure it. So now here, when I take a screenshot like this, this is gonna be with a frame. Previously it was without a frame. So there's a screenshot with the frame. And let's try this again. Maybe it's gonna work now. Screenshot all devices, now without frames. No, it gets stuck at the precise same moment. You see with this loading bar gets stuck. So if this, well, actually we can browse the folder because the zip file is not created, but you can see now the screenshots that are made without a frame. And if I go and change this behavior again in actions, I'm gonna make it screenshot with frame. So when I press on screenshot all devices, now this is gonna be screenshots with frame. Usually after this process is done, you get a zip file, and definitely we should make that configurable because maybe you don't want a zip file. Next up, we have full page. So regarding the full page screenshots or the scrolling screenshots, you can configure a lot of things, but we don't advise you to mess with these settings, but we still give you the options. If for your website you're not getting perfect full page screenshots, we can you can configure some settings here, like whether you want to scroll and pause on each frame during the screenshot, how much delay do you want between each capture, because what Sizzy does is it just scrolls the page and just captures different areas and then it stitches them together. So you can change the delay between those areas. You can choose whether you want to scroll the entire page before taking the screenshot, because if you notice, like when I do full page screenshot, this will actually scroll the page once and then it will start taking the screenshots. So cancel that one. You can configure that, and we have the delay between scrolling and capturing, and the screenshot dimensions calculation strategy. So we allow you to get pretty nerdy regarding your full page screenshots. You can try different combinations here until you get the actual perfect scrolling screenshot. So that's it regarding the screenshots. We're gonna jump into videos and GIFs, but before we do that, we're gonna learn about the pronunciation of GIF. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna jump into Photo Studio, and I've explained Photo Studio in the first tutorial, or yeah, in the first tutorial. There's an explanation of the Photo Studio. I'm gonna go through it again. So the Photo Studio is a special mode where you can take and drag around devices in any layout that you want to see them. So to be honest, I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna open this in full screen like this because it takes space. So here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide a bunch of devices. Let's just leave these devices. You can zoom them in, you can zoom them out, you can just align them in any configuration that you want. Let's say that this is my perfect configuration. I can choose to hide the header, choose maybe a minimalistic frame, get a color for that frame. This looks super ugly, but whatever. Let's pretend that I have some design skills. And here I can take a screenshot or a video of all of the devices at once. So when I press take photo here, we're gonna get a little flash, the screenshot will be saved, and now you will see that I took a screenshot of all of the devices at once. So you can only do that in Photo Studio, because when you do this in the default mode, you're actually taking individual screenshots of all the devices. You're not taking screenshot of the entire viewport. But when you jump into Photo Studio, you can align them however you want. You can choose the background. That's something that we allow you to do only in Photo Studio. So you can choose a gradient color. Let me just pick something like this, maybe just to go with my frames. I'm gonna remove the shadow because the shadow looks weird. And now I'm gonna take another screenshot. Boom, even better, more artistic, more stylish, right? So yeah, here you can choose a gradient, you can choose an image. So for example, we can choose this image, we can blur it if we don't want it to be too clear. We can overlay a black or a white overlay over this image if we wanna, if we have any idea what are we actually doing. And if we don't want the color, we can just shift, we can pick an image, we can add our own images, and we can just shift the color to choose the color that we want. Let's say that I want this one. Again, taking a screenshot, and we're gonna get a screenshot of this entire area. So before, let's just not go with my experiments here, huh? Let's just go with something that looks okay-ish. I think this looks okay-ish. You can still interact with the website. You can go to the favorite section that you want to go to. That's completely fine. And you can choose the section that you want to screenshot, and then you can press take photo, and you're gonna get the photo. What other things do we have here is we have selection mode, which I shown in the initial video. So if you get one device to be behind another device, or you want to move it behind another device, you can go into selection mode, you can select a device, and you can just go back. You can move the device to bottom, or you can move it to the top. So if it's hidden somewhere, you can just click here. That's gonna move it to the top. You can turn off selection mode here. I already explained a lot of features regarding the Photo Studio, so you can just jump to the first video. I want to show you what else do we have here except screenshots. So we have recording GIFs, and we have recording videos, and a couple of options here regarding recording the GIFs and recording the videos. So I can choose whether I want to have countdown or not, or if I want to crop the empty space around the devices, or I don't want to crop it. So let's just start with recording a video as it is. So I'm gonna go and let me go to another website. Actually, I'm gonna go to twizzle.app because it has some interactive elements. I'm gonna jump back into Photo Studio. Twizzle is gonna load. I'm gonna click on recording a video. We're gonna get 3, 2, 1, and now we're recording. While we're recording, you're gonna see this in the top bar. I can scroll here. I can turn on some things in the devices, and when we're done with the video, I can press finish. While the video is processing, if you want, you can exit the Photo Studio, and when I press preview, this is gonna play in my default video player. We're not recording the microphone, so there's no audio recording. Maybe that would be an idea for the future if this feature is used enough. So you can see that now we get a cropped video around the devices. So if I turn off this option, let's turn off crop empty space, and let's turn off the countdown. So I'm gonna record straight away. Let's just click around. Let's see what kind of video do we get. In this case, gonna click on finish. So this is the video that we're gonna get. Go in preview. You can see that now the video is much bigger, so we're not cropping exactly around the devices, but we are we have this entire available area is being recorded. So you can also jump into the settings. So I can click here to go into the recording settings, and here you can also choose where do you want to save the recordings. Do you want to show a countdown, trim the empty space? And when we're trimming the empty space, you can also choose whether you want to have a little bit of padding around the devices. So by default, there is a little bit of padding, but if you want to strictly crop around the devices, you can also choose that. So we have a couple of more options in settings, Photo Studio recordings. And if I exit Photo Studio, I'm going to show you again. We can go to settings, we can go to Photo Studio recording, and here you have the option regarding the recording. You can also record individual devices. So let me bring back the device header here. So in the device header, I'm gonna click in the device menu, and I'm gonna go I'm gonna press the option record video, which is gonna take me into Photo Studio, but only for one device. So when we click record video, it's not gonna be recorded here. You can see we're using all the settings from the Photo Studio, but now I'm recording only one device. So I can scroll up, I can scroll down, and I can click here, I can click away. So let's press finish. Now we have a recording of only one video, of only one device. So I'm gonna press on preview, and here we're gonna get the video of the one device. You see that I have a little bit of padding on the sides, I have the background. So if you wanna make this transparent somehow, I would advise you to go into Photo Studio, change your background to be something that you can easily key out. So maybe some green color. You can use some other software in order to key that out and get a transparent, I don't know, whatever format you can convert it to in order to get a transparent video. So now when I record, I'm gonna also reduce the padding. So I'm gonna go in Photo Studio recording, and I'm gonna remove the padding. So now let's jump into video recording, and now I can click a couple of things. Let's click here, and let's click on finish. So now you will see in this recording there won't be any padding around the video, so around the device. So the device is totally cropped down to the edges, and we get that green background which you can easily erase. If you want to overlay this device on top of, I don't know, some other video that we have, or if you want to put it in a video editing project, you can easily do that. So now I think we only have the last option, which is recording a GIF, but everything is pretty similar, except for recording a GIF, we allow you to specify the frames per second. If you go in Photo Studio recording, you can see that I can change the frames per second. So I'm gonna go, let's say I'm gonna go with 30 frames per second, and I'm gonna record a GIF of this device. So we're gonna jump into Photo Studio. Everything is still the same. Here, if I want, I can pause. I can restart the recording if I want to start again, or I can click on finish or cancel. So I'm going to click a couple more things, and I'm going to click on finish here. So now we're going to save the recording. I can exit. The recording will still be saved. If I exit here, the recording, as you can see, is still being processed. Recording GIFs takes a little bit more time because they need to be converted. So you can keep working in Sizzy, you can keep doing whatever you're doing. Your GIF will be saved in the background. I hope that this super crazy powerful computer can process one GIF in less than a minute. I really hope so. I would advise you to try to use as videos as much as possible, especially if you want to use these videos. Well, wherever you're going to use them, the video format is going to be more efficient. So now you can see that I recorded a GIF with 30 frames per second. And yeah, you can record a GIF from here, or you can jump into the Photo Studio and you can record a GIF by pressing on record a GIF. Now we're recording another GIF. Let's click around, let's click on finish. And I think those are all the options that we have regarding taking screenshots, recording videos, recording GIFs. I have two small tips regarding Butler. So this is the, let me just show you, this is the GIF that I recorded out of all of the devices. So I'm gonna close that one, I'm gonna go in exit. So two Butler commands that we have regarding the Photo Studio. You can easily jump into Photo Studio by just typing Photo Studio here, which is going to allow you to open the Photo Studio. And if you want to open the folder with the screenshots and the folder with the videos, you can type in open folder, and you're going to get two options for easily opening the screenshots folder and easily opening the videos folder. If you want to store your video separately, as I said, you can do that in settings, and you can specify a different video folder. And I forgot to mention, if you're watching this first, if you haven't watched the previous videos, you can trigger Butler by pressing Ctrl-Shift-P or Command-Shift-P on macOS. So this spotlight thingy is going to spotlight-like thingy. Like on macOS, it's called Spotlight, but we call it Butler. It's going to pop up, and here you can type in open folder, and this is going to give you options for opening the screenshots folder, opening the videos folder, and it's going to open it in File Explorer or Finder. I think that I covered everything regarding screenshots and videos. Let me just go again into the settings. We covered everything here. We covered everything in Photo Studio. Well, that's enough, I guess. One of the videos, one of the tutorials can be shorter. Doesn't have to be necessarily 30 minutes. The last video that I have for you is the video about regarding power user features. So we're gonna explore everything regarding Butler. We're gonna explore all the extra hidden settings in Sizzy and all the nice to have things that are not crucial to using the app. If you like this kind of tutorials, I'm going to record even more stuff, so make sure to subscribe. And even if you are not here for the tutorials, For every version of Sizzy, I'm going to record an update video to tell you what's new in the version, so you might be interested in keeping up with whatever we're coding. All right, awesome. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, you're a champion. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.